What is up, everyone? Zach here, bringing you another Team Taste game of the day. You want taste? Today, on the left, we have Zach playing Zoroark Golisopod, and on the right, we have Pearson playing Ninetales with a couple Splash Zoroarks in there. But this starts our Crimson Invasion block testing stuff. Yeah. It's gonna be the breakthrough through Crimson Invasion, which includes Shining Legends. That is, I think, officially released this week. So we got our hands on some of those cards, and proxies are pretty good. So no, here Pearson's just gonna bridge it, retreat into the Coco, pass his turn over. Now this new Zoroark GX is, I think, just probably one of the best cards printed in recent memory. It has his attack riotous speeding. Riotous. I always want to say righteous, but I think it's riotous speeding, and it does 20 times for the Pokemon your side of the field, so you can hit for a double colorless consistently for 120. And then his ability is trade, discard a card, draw 2 cards. So there's a lot of fun consistency with that. You can use Mallow, you can use a lot, just fun stuff like that. And we're trying to pair it with Golisopod right now. I know there's a list with Zoroark Lycanroc GX doing well in Japan, but that was also XY on. And, it makes sense. The Lycanroc has the Lysander effect and can hit other Zoroarks for weakness, but we're kind of trying to play more defensive, like Acerola style deck. We're running 4 Acerola, so there Pearson goes, grabs that Zoroark GX, and has 210 HP, so pretty beefy. Pearson gonna go ahead, play an N. Already has a Ninetales and Zoroark. Starting the Lele and playing the Lele kind of sucks, but take what you can get. You got everything else done that he needed for the turn. Yeah, so Zoroark GX attack counts him also, so if you have the full bench, you hit for the 120, which is pretty decent numbers to one-shot just about anything. Even against a Gardevoir, if you hit him for that, you hit him for resistance, but they hit 100. And then if you have a choice band on it one time, then you get the 2 hit. So it looks like Zach was end into all the good stuff. It's going to attach double colorless to Zoroark, evolve up into Golisopod, and just Sycamore. Now this deck's also playing a 1/1 muck line, because once you get your first Lele, you really don't need the basics abilities. Yep, there's Zach going to go ahead and trade that Zora for 2 cards. Now he has 2 Zoroarks out, so he'll be able to trade twice a turn if he needs to. I'm going to attach a Float Stone, Retreat, and First Impression for the knockout. So he could have taken the knockout with Zoroark, but he kind of wants to attack with Golisopod early. We still haven't really figured out when you want to attack with each, but Zoroark's your consistency line too, so attacking with the Golisopods is doesn't kill the consistency if they get the one-shot in return. So Pearson does have the ability to one-shot these big stage 1s. So Pearson's going to go ahead, trade, find the double colorless. Bunch of Vulpix. If, I guess the only way he has the ability is if he has the Potown out. So if he had the Potown out when Zach was evolving, that would be really clutch, because it would make it so the Blizzard Edge with the Choice Band 1 hits, but Zach had the Field Blower, so no dice there. So Pearson's going to be looking to go for the 2 hits right now too. Gonna Wonder Tag, have his 3rd Lele on the field. Gonna Field Blower off that Float Stone and Sycamore. So, I mean, if he hit a couple, I don't even think he would want to go for the Blizzard Edge. He plays another Potown down, and then used Riotous Speeding for 120. So, there Zach goes. He's probably gonna be looking for an Acerola if he can. He has a Float Stone, so he can retreat the Golisopod. The taking all that damage off the board would be really clutch. Yep, let's see. Zach's going to trade again. Try to dig a little more. Doesn't look like he hit it. Hits a Field Blower, though, so then plays Rainbow, Float Stone, Ultra Ball. Probably find that second Golisopod. Now, Zach has a couple Mallows in hands and just discarded one. It's the synergy with trade's just crazy. If you're looking for just anything that isn't, a supporter. It's a supporter for turn, but gonna... Yep, find that Golisopod. Gonna be trying to chain these First Impressions for a little bit. If he would have had the Acerola, he's just gonna go ahead and play Mallow for next turn. Having the Acerola this turn would have been super clutch, but not necessary. Now we were playing around with some other fun techs like the new Hoopa from Shining Legends that has like the safeguard ability, but it just kind of seemed unnecessary and a little clunky. Most matchups you wanted it in, you had Alolan Muck to help out the matchups too, so like Volcanion and whatnot. So Zach's gonna go ahead. First impression that Zoroark, right back to 120. Now, not sure what Pearson's gonna be going for here. Gonna attach a double colorless to the Ninetales. Probably gonna want to find a Guzma if he has one. Gonna trade and an Aqua Patch. Has that Ninetales fully set up, which is pretty nice. Gonna Rescue Stretcher. Some pokes back in. Ooh, he does put the Espeon back in. So if Zach can't pick up those damaged Golisopods, it could be kind of issues for him later. And then he's going to Sycamore. So he doesn't get the Guzma this turn. He does draw into it. And we know Zach can't Ace Roll it twice. Crimson Invasion is kind of an interesting set. There's really not too much in it to help like just random decks. Ooh, Zach does hit the Acerola, promotes a Coco. Gonna play that Wimpod down and all that. Yep, gonna retreat in Zoroark and ride a speeding for the knockout for 120. What Crimson Invasion has Counter Catcher, which could be interesting in some decks. I don't think it's needed in this one. Yep, Pearson's gonna Guzma out the Golisopod. Patch double colorless to the Ninetales and Blizzard Edge for the knockout. But we know Zach has the Golisopod from the Acerola. He also has a double colorless. Gonna attach that to the other Zoroark. And let's see what he's gonna do. Looks like he's gonna ride a speeding for 130. Now Zach knows he's probably just gonna get Ice Pathed right back. That's a logical thing for Pearson to do, but I believe Zach had an Acerola in hand, so right now he's just kind of not stalling, but playing the I'm not going to take damage even though you're not. Doesn't look like Pearson has anything. Yep, he's just going to Ice Path GX. Zach's going to say, nope, Acerola, and putting the Zoroark right back down. Probably going to attach the energy right back to it. Yep. And you know, that's why Acerola is just such a good card, and Golisopod Garb and just Golisopod in general has seen so much success, and I think the Zoroark just kind of helps boost the consistency, and the second attacker is really good. We're debating between grass and dark, but I think the first impression is a little more important, so we're playing the rainbows and grass, just a couple grasses. But looks like Pearson's thinking about the Guzma. Nope, maybe not. Yeah, look, N, maybe supporter. Yep, N. Gonna end Zach down to 3 now. Zach doesn't mind too much, so with the trade, you can just get rid of any one of the cards for another 2. So your options are pretty limitless. And if Zach finds that second Zoroark, he can just be drawing 4 cards a turn. It's absolutely insane. Now Zach did draw into the Zoroark. The Breakthrough Zoroark that does 30 times the number of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Zach's gonna trade, and ooh, he does find a Guzma. He can take out that. Yep, gonna Guzma up that Ninetales. Gonna Ultra Ball. The Zoroark is just such an efficient one prize attacker. Now usually you want one of these trade Zoroarks out, but there's just sometimes where you can pick up quick knockouts. Like you can hit 130 with the Choice Band, super easy. Zach's gonna trade again, and then gonna ride a speeding to go down to 1 prize. Ooh, puts Pearson in a funky situation. Now he's probably gonna be looking for another Guzma. Take out the. Yep, he's gonna Guzma take out the Golisopod. Now Zach really doesn't have any one-shot potential on the swing back. So if Pearson can get like a Blizzard Edge off on the Lele next turn, he has the Choice Band though to hit the 190. Blizzard Edge only does 160, and so Zach's gonna trade. Right now, I think He has the Acerola in hand. If he had a Rainbow Energy, he could attach the Rainbow and Acerola up the Lele, but looks like he's about to bench another Lele. Yep. So that plan's kind of gone. Zach's gonna grab a Sycamore. I believe he still has one trade left, so maybe he should have traded one more time trying to hit that Rainbow. I can almost... Yeah, that's probably the play, but... trying to learn the deck. Zach does have a Guzma, but I don't think that really helps. Zach's gonna trade again. Oh, but if he hits into the Zoroark and Pearson doesn't Acerola or end Zach, then he has that Guzma for next turn. Yep, so Zach's gonna go up and ride a speeding for 130. Yep. So Pearson's gonna Guzma out the Lele. Does he have Choice Band up? Doesn't look like it. Oh, it looks like Pearson was a little confused, but it only hits 160. He's gonna use trade. Probably should have traded first, but yep. It says 160 is all I can do. And then the camera dies, but that was a perfect timing. Yeah, that kind of shows off just the power of Zoroark. It just, for any deck that has double colorless, it just adds that little extra consistency. And I'm really liking this Golisopod build with Acerolas. There'll be a deck profile out soon, and thoughts on Crimson Invasion and all that fun stuff. We'll be testing for Memphis. That's our next regional, so in December it's kind of a little bit a ways, but have plenty of time. So remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. Later, everyone.